Today we're at Folsom Point Preserve. It's remnant tallgrass prairie in an original prairie that's not been plowed, not been tilled up. Is just incredibly diverse. It's almost impossible to recreate that true diversity that takes hundreds, thousands of years to become. And so a prairie remnant has that. And what's here is extremely important for migratory birds, for pollinators, for wildlife. When Lewis and Clark came up the Missouri River, they described the Luss Hills as a sea of grass. And it was just that. There was less than 3% woody vegetation on the landscape. And what was managing that was fire. We've just really stopped any wildfires from happening. In the absence of that management, you can get such a dense timber cover that it crowds out the prairie underneath from any sunlight. And we term that woody encroachment. It's important to control these trees and shrubs because they can be overgrown, and the habitat that's provided by the prairie disappears, it's lost, right? And with that are not only challenges for wildlife, but also natural resource challenges from erosion and sedimentation. One thing that conservationists find is not enough hours in the day, not enough boots in the ground, and so partnerships are just an incredibly important solution to that.
My name is Dakota Wagner. I'm the supervisor of the Browse program here at Omaha's Henry Doorly Zoo and Aquarium. We house about 39,000 animals here. Our property is 160 acres located in the heart of Omaha, Nebraska. Browse really refers to mostly tree material, leaves, twigs, bark.
And it's both great nutritionally, it has a lot of fiber, it's very nutrient dense. It's also probably one of the more naturalistic feed items we can offer. So whereas if we would offer a head of lettuce, that's consumed in just a few seconds. But with Browse, they strip the leaves, they strip the bark, they move it around, they play with it, they eat it for hours and hours throughout the day. Our elephants and our giraffes are some of our biggest consumers of browse. They're both herbivorous species, so they're highly dependent on a lot of fiber in the diet, and browse is by far the best source of that to offer to them.
All of our browse comes from within 30-minute driving distance from the zoo. Since we're so centrally located in like the urban Omaha area, we couldn't possibly grow everything that we need to feed to our animals on site, and so having areas that we know we can go harvest from anytime is really helpful.
Rather than purchasing cases and pond cases and truckloads of lettuces and hays, this is something that we can sustainably harvest from our local environment. We know the browse will be safe, free of pesticides or anything like that. So another big reason why these partnerships are so crucial to the success of the program.
So out at Folsom Point, there's a lot of box elder, there's a lot of Russian olive, dogwood, and mulberries. Most of those are invasive. Some are native, but encroach on the prairie ecosystems that they're trying to maintain out there.
Bringing on a partner here that can help chop it down, that can provide extra capacity to get the hard work done is a huge win for us. I think it's just such a cool win-win that happens to be in the zoo's backyard.
So when people think of the zoo, they'll likely think of our efforts with animal species conservation. Partnerships like the Nature Conservancy, where we can affect local conservation work as part of the zoo's mission, I think is a really important aspect of the Browse program. We're able to feed our animals and provide a service for local habitat.
Conservation is such an immense challenge, and it's not just a challenge of resources on the ground, but it's a challenge of the hearts. And so I think the more people you bring under the umbrella to working on these challenges, the higher your chances of success.